Welcome to the Miracles Happen Fertility Podcast, where science and spirit are the focus of creating your most fertile life. You'll find a beautiful balance of grounded science-based topics as well as spiritual talk, and how they are both important for moving toward optimal fertility. Empower yourself along with me. I'm your host, Dr. Maria Rothenberger, a fellow fertility friend, therapist, coach, best-selling author, and spirit baby intuitive. Let's get started. Hey, welcome. I was just adjusting myself here and started talking far away from the mic. Welcome to the Miracles Happen Fertility Podcast. This is episode 157, and I am Dr. Maria Rothenberger. Today we're talking about worthiness. Worthiness is a topic that's come up a lot lately in spirit baby work, in my counseling practice, in my coaching practice. Lots of people are talking about worthiness lately. It comes in different forms. People don't always use the word worthy, but like yesterday I did a spirit baby session and somebody asked if their spirit babies trust them. And when we drilled down into what that meant, it really was, am I worthy enough to parent these babies, right? Like, do they trust me to parent them well or to take care of them well? And, there's a lot of undercurrent there, a lot of things going on there that related to it, but that was the general idea. Am I worthy? And so we're just taking some time today to talk about worthiness. Checking in first, though, about the Miracles Happen Fertility Center, what's happening here. I am doing all kinds of change stuff to my website and to my upcoming membership/free membership thing. I did have a Patreon going a few months ago, and it just became way too wild and crazy to run. And so I decided to do something different. I actually, for Spirit Baby Foundations training back in April, I signed up for Mighty Networks because I wanted to invite the group to all communicate with each other, but Facebook kind of blows. Pardon my judgment. I'm not a big Facebook fan or social media fan in general. But I thought it would be easier on all of us and less triggering, etc., for fertility folks to just connect on a forum that has no ads, that doesn't try to pull you in with drama, and we're just our beautiful little unit. So I now have a group there, and I decided to use that for the Miracles Happen Fertility Center in general, so that everybody can connect and talk to one another, and you don't have to pay for it. There will be extra things like courses and meditations and things like that you can pay for if you want, but it will be a free, just beautiful, cocooned place to kind of connect with other people and myself. And if you are a member there, I will be holding monthly office sessions. I will probably be doing random free readings, things like that. So heads up, that's probably on its way at the end of this year sometime. Okay, so that's happening. And the other thing is likely Spirit Baby Foundations training, but I haven't quite decided again when I'm going to launch that again. September is right around the corner, which is when I launched it last year. I'm thinking if I launch it in fall of 2022, I will be launching it a little bit later than September. So, well, keep your ears peeled for that. In the meantime, I announced this, I think, on my last podcast episode that I have become a certified crystal healer. Oh, I'm way deep into the woo-woo nowadays. But I have to tell you, there is so much science behind the effectiveness of crystals. I just, could talk forever about it. So I'm not going to bore you right now, but maybe sometime in the future. There is a fantastic YouTube video, by the way, by Teresa Bullard, Bullard, on YouTube about the effectiveness, the science behind crystals. Totally recommend you research that or Google that up or YouTube that up, because if you're as nerdy as I am, you will get a lot of great information there about why crystals are effective, why they affect the body the way that they do, they affect the spirit the way that they do. Anyway, good stuff. So that's another thing that's happening, Miracles Happen Fertility Center, and that'll be added to my website here very soon. Okay, let's talk about worthiness. Now, worthiness is a theme that comes up a lot in the fertility world, but I think it also comes up in general for most people. Because if you think about it, especially in the Western world, we are taught that we have to achieve in order to be worthy. And especially when I work with people on the spirit realm, through spirit baby work, babies have a really clear message that you're worthy just because you were born, just because you exist. You're worthy. And that's really difficult for people to wrap their minds around. Like, wait, but shouldn't I be doing things in order to achieve worthiness? No, that's not the message that's coming across from the spirit realm. The souls that I communicate with are really clear about this. One of the things that spirit babies say is, if you could see what I see, if you could just see what I see, you would be chilling right now. You would just be chilling and knowing that good shit's on its way to you. It's on its way to you right now. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to achieve anything. It's just coming to you because you're worthy, because you exist. That's it. This was a really difficult lesson for me in my fertility journey personally. I definitely grew up that I had to achieve. I had to do all the things, get straight A's, look a certain way, act a certain way. I was a high achiever, and I still felt unworthy. I still felt I could never, ever, ever reach that place where I could call myself worthy of anything. I just had to earn it always. And it breaks my heart when I work with people and they have that same energy within them, and because I know it personally. And so I really work with them to release that need to achieve in order to feel worthy. Now, is there anything wrong with achieving? Well, shit, no, of course not. I love all the things that I did. I loved all the learnings that I've done. I love all of the, degrees that I've gotten or whatever, trainings that I've done. But now there's a different flavor to it. Right now, it's like, well, it's because I want to, not because I need to prove my worthiness. It's just because I want to, It takes me back to, this just popped in my head, memory back in the day when we were struggling with fertility stuff. I was really into home DIY projects. I'm still into DIY. What am I saying? I'm totally still into DIY shit. Well, I would have all these ideas of things to do. And I remember one in particular was, we lived in a really old Cape Cod house. And over the years, people had painted over all of the hardware on all of the doors in the whole house. And so I had the bright idea to take down all the doors. This is like so silly, right? But I love this DIY stuff. I would take down all the doors, strip the hardware of the paint, and then spray paint them a different, metal color, and then rehang the doors. That's what I wanted to do. I thought it would look cool. It'd be cheaper than buying all new hardware and it would look really cool. Well, my husband was like, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's not going to look great. And I'm like, thanks for that, babe. Now you're going to watch me do it. So we often joke, right? I'm like, please, somebody tell me I can't do this, please. Because that lights a fire under my ass. And then I actually do the thing, right? But there's a different flavor there, right? I didn't need to do it to prove that I'm good enough to do it, or that I'm smart enough, or that I'm capable enough. I did it because I wanted to. And that was like one of the few times in my life that I can think of off the top of my head that I felt that way. Most of the time, I was having to, do all these trainings. I was having to get a degree or two. I was having to do whatever research or whatever to prove that I knew something and that I could do something. Because in my psyche, if I didn't, then I clearly wasn't good enough or worthy enough to do the thing. And I needed to show people that. Now it's just so different. And the way that I live now is easy. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. And people can believe what they want because it's everybody's prerogative to believe what we want, right? I love that way of living. And now it's also different. Like I am curious about why people think the way that they do. It's so much easier to live this way. So in order to help illustrate this way of living, I want to take some excerpts from one of my favorite books from when I was dealing with fertility issues. This is by Randine Lewis. She is a specialist in fertility. She started out as an acupuncturist and now she does like 100,000 different things. Reminds me of myself, actually. But it's like we do these things because we love it, right? As opposed to, I have to do all these things to prove that I know some stuff. No. So the name of this book is called The Way of the Fertile Soul. And the tagline is 10 Ancient Chinese Secrets to Tap into a Woman's Creative Potential. She's also the author of The Infertility Cure. She's one of my favorites around quote unquote advanced maternal age, which I feel like is a ridiculous phrase. But she talks about why that's bogus. If you are ovulating, and you have a uterus, etc., you can conceive and carry to term. Anyway, so that's another book of hers, The Infertility Cure. It's all about traditional Chinese medicine. But this book in particular, I really loved because it wasn't necessarily about fertility, like getting pregnant. It's being a fertile person, like a creative person. Fertility is all about creation. It takes me back to the series that I did on the chakras, where we talked about the second chakra being all about creation. Second chakra is around the fertility organs, about reproductive organs. And so this book is all about tapping into that creation, that creative part of us. And I like the word potential here because I think too often we don't realize just how freaking powerful we are. Here's the difference. When we really get into stillness, we're able to tap into that creative potential more. Okay, so here are these two excerpts that I want to read for you today. The first one is about surrender. Now, this has come up too quite a bit, sort of in tandem with worthiness, because until you truly surrender to what comes your way and the experiences that you have, I feel like it's really difficult to own your worthiness. Follow my train of thought here. I know this they might seem disconnected, but when you let go and when you allow things to come rather than like grabbing for them, when you think of, I'm using my physical body here, which of course you can't see, so it's difficult, but here are the gestures that I'm making. Too often we grab, and I'm grabbing the air here in front of me, like take. I'm taking the thing. Too often we do that, which feels like so much effort and striving, as opposed to receiving, which right now my gesture is opening up my palm to receive into my energy, into my body. So when you tap into your stillness and surrender to what comes your way, you will be astounded at what finds its way to you, because you're no longer creating blocks. You're no longer saying, I'm grabbing this because it has to look like this, and it has to act like this, and it has to smell and sound like this. When the universe is like, okay, I really wanted to give you what you want. It doesn't look like that though. So, all right, take what you want. But the universe is like, oh my God, but there's all these potentials to give you exactly what you want to feel in your life, but you're not receptive to them. So I guess you're not going to get them. That kind of sucks. But then you end up feeling like, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm using all this effort. And here I am still feeling like I'm not worthy because I'm not feeling like I want to feel. But when you release that and you surrender and you sit back and you set the intention for feeling how you want to feel, you set your intention for what you want to create in your life. Now, when I say what you want to create, I don't mean what it actually looks like I'm going to be in this particular job in this particular town. It's more like what I want to feel like. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel purposeful. I want to feel invigorated. I want to feel like I'm thriving in my life. Those are sensations and feelings and experiences rather than specific things, right? Well, if I only had that particular vehicle, that would make me feel happy and worthy and like I've made it. No, what you want to experience is feeling worthy and happy and like you've made it. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the thing, the vehicle is going to make you feel that. It may be something completely different. When you open up and you create stillness and you just look to receive, you'll be surprised what comes your way. Now, here's the connection to worthiness. When you surrender, let go, and allow things to come your way, worthiness is on the heels of the things that come your way, because now you have the thing. So you must be worthy. You have the feelings, you have the experience. So you must be worthy. Oh, and of course, now there's somebody mowing a lawn outside. Well, that's how it goes, right? We're just going to roll with it. Okay, so I hope that connection makes sense to you. Let's start with the excerpt in this book that talks about surrendering. Okay, it's one of my favorites. So she says, emotional healing comes through surrender. When you allow yourself to be taken to that unknown place where you have no control. There, you let the pressure within your depths work on you, transforming your rough edges and transforming your carbon potential into a diamond. Complete abandonment provides utter release and freedom, actually restructuring you and enabling you to live according to a pure state where your energies actually vibrate at a higher level. My God, how beautiful is that? How stinking beautiful is that? When you let go, you allow your potential to be structured in a way that you will receive all that you desire, including just a new version of you, someone who's resilient, someone who's capable, someone who's utterly worthy without having to do a damn thing, utterly worthy just because you friggin' exist. That is it. Okay. So I'm going to go to the next section here where she talks about self-worth. And I just have to say, there's I bookmarked these things with like stickies. This was back in the day. I mean, like forever ago. This must have been like 15 years ago. And I'm delighted by by the stickies that I used, the notes that I put on the stickies. So on this sticky, this particular sticky by the low self-worth section, I wrote lyrics from a song from The Sound of Music. Strength doesn't lie in numbers. Strength doesn't lie in wealth. Strength lies in nights of peaceful slumber. Right? Think about that. Your strength lies in your ability to rest well. I just love those lyrics. Also, your self-worth and your surrender lies in nights of peaceful slumber. Your ability to rest well. Because there's nothing else to knock your head up against the wall for, right? You just allow. You set an intention for things to come your way, and then you allow them to make their way to you. Because you are just worthy. All right. This is a quote from the book here. Difficult situations may trigger feelings of low self-worth. Hello. Many of us have felt worthless because of something we've done or because other people have told us we're worthless. But true self-worth doesn't come from what you do, whom you align yourself with, or how you appear. It comes from who you are, and you are the gem of the universe. You are a kiss from the galaxies, a nebula aligned in a double helix, a manifestation of heaven who contains the power of creation. When you feel worthless and low, remember that you are part of the cosmos and contain the nobility of the stars. You are worthy simply because you exist. Okay. I just want to let that settle for a bit within you. When you feel worthless and low, remember that you are part of the cosmos and contain the nobility of the stars. You are worthy simply because you exist. Now, here's the practicality, because you know my Taurus brain likes to get practical on you. I would love for you to write these words down so that you can see them on a daily basis and really absorb them. Words do matter. They have vibrational importance. If you write them down and you read them, sure, in the beginning it might be like, this is silly. But over time, you begin to really absorb them. And shit, may as well tell yourself that you are a kiss from the galaxies rather than a piece of crap, right? Not worthy, incapable, not trustworthy. May as well tell yourself you're a kiss from the galaxies, a manifestation of heaven who contains the power of creation. You're worthy simply because you exist. Okay. I'm going to leave you with an Apache blessing, which is written in this book at the end of this chapter. These are more words that you can write down for yourself. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life. Just want to repeat that last sentence. May you walk gently through the world and know its beauty all the days of your life. Receive, my friend. Receive the things that prove your worthiness. No more grabbing. Just receive. Okay. Until next time, may you absorb all of these words from the Apache Blessing and all of Randine Lewis's words from The Way of the Fertile Soul. And I will see you next time. Be well.